Ms. Robinson, does your client need an interpreter?
Yes, he does. Would you like the interpreter better than not without it? You want the interpreter? Yes, he'll need the
Okay.
interpreter.
Okay.
Actually, Ms. Green, I'm gonna start with Mr. Stubbs. You said he's the only person in the courtroom, correct?
No, Mr. Stubbs actually paid his ticket.
Oh, so we don't expect for him to be on here?
Correct.
Okay,
Ms. Fambro is the one that's actually in here with me.
let me start with Fambro then, because she's there and can deal with it. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get started in a second. I'm gonna call the calendar. I'm gonna go through a couple of things. Go ahead, Ms. Dan.
Vamos, dame que vaya, vamos a empezar con la lista de casos ahora. Voy a llamar la lista de casos y le voy a explicar ciertas cuestiones preliminares.
Several of you are represented by attorneys. Please let your attorney make the announcement for you.
Algunos de ustedes están siendo representados por sus abogados. Por favor, deje que su abogado diga lo que cómo van a proceder en su caso.
When I call your name, I just need to know how you're going to plead, guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere.
Cuando diga su nombre, solamente me tiene que dejar saber cómo se va a declarar, culpable, no culpable o no lo disputa, nolo.
And then once we do that, we'll figure out in what direction we need to go with your case.
Y una vez que sepamos esto, vamos a ver cómo vamos a dirigir, dónde vamos a proceder, cómo vamos a proceder con su caso.
All right, so the first person that I have on, actually, I did say I was going to start with Ms. Fambro. Ms. Fambro,
Yes,
can you hear me okay?
yes, I can.
All right, Ms. Fambro, you are presently or physically in the courthouse over in Forest Park, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, and in reference to your citation that you received, this is a moving violation. What is your plea to that charge?
Guilty.
Okay. And Ms. Payton or Ms. Yates, can you tell me what the fine amount is on that?
Yes, the fine amount on that one is $165.
165. Ms. Fambro, we're going to ask you to provide your email address to Ms. Green, who's in the courtroom with you. We're going to forward you via email information on how to make that payment. Do you need more than 2 weeks to make the payment, or can you do it within 2 weeks?
No, sir, I can do it in 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, so if you can provide her with your email, you'll be released to go off and be done with this particular court case. Look out for the email that's going to give you instructions on how to make the payment within 2 weeks, okay?
Yes, sir, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to go back to the beginning of the calendar. I have Jaquise Adger. Jaquise Adger. That is an FTA.
Put your email at the bottom.
And then I have Raymond Buhner. I know I'm mispronouncing his last name.
Attorney Andrew Hughes present on behalf of Mr. Buhner.
Okay, Mr. Hughes, I'm gonna put that down as a pretrial, I'm assuming.
Yes, well, we spoke in June of this year at a hearing and negotiated a resolution, but I never received a follow-up court date in order to give Mr. Buhner instructions on, when and how to get his plaintiff absentia submitted to the court. And so we received a new court date maybe about 3 weeks ago, and since then I've not been able to confirm any information, and so I was just instructed to appear.
So you and I negotiated a plea in absentia. All you had to do was to mail it in. Did you? And forgive me because I don't have the file with me. I can't recall what we discussed. But you already prepared a plea in absentia. The only thing you had to do was mail it in with the payment, and then we would amend the charge according to the document.
Well, and I think that was the only other thing. I hadn't. I'm not sure if I received or if I remembered what that fine amount was in order to confirm that plea in absentia.
Okay, so this is a proper erratic lane change charge. Miss Payton, can you tell me what that fine was?
Yes, $135.
We negotiated based on the circumstances. You and I discussed and negotiated a reduction to a basic rules violation. So would that fine still be the $135?
Yes. Is your client, is he a CDL driver?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so if you want to just prepare the plea in absentia, including that information and the
Okay.
135, and then forward either a money order or however the form of payment that you're going to send it in,
Okay,
we're going to reset you. But as long as you send that paperwork into the court prior to that date, then we'll take you off the calendar.
understood. And that 135, that's inclusive of court costs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And would you happen to know what that court date is so I can let him know about when to get that?
Yeah, we won't know until we email you the information. So look, we're going to take the email address down. I'm sure we probably have yours on file. We'll forward you by email the new court date.
Okay,
As long as you turn that PIA in before that court date, then we'll remove you from the calendar for that court.
understood.
Solicitor. That court date will be sometime in February.
Okay. All right, so reset for, and that's in a trial date, correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so do we have the firm's email address? I'm sure that we probably do on one of their entries.
Yes, I think I have it.
Give me one moment.
If you want to just provide me with one real quick, I can write it down. That way
Yes.
we make sure- Okay,
It's my last name Hughes, HUGHES, at DCP, that's D as in dog, C as in cat, P as in Paul, law.com. So ahughes@dcplaw.com.
so we got you here. So amendment to basic rules violation of fine of 135. We're going to send it to ahughes@dcplaw.com.
Correct.
All right, so you can go ahead and log off. Just look out for that email with the new court date on it. And as long as you provide us with that PIA before the new court date, you're good to go.
All right. Thank you very much, counsel. I appreciate your help.
No worries. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, so then I have Akira Cooper. Akira Cooper, I see that you're logged in. Your video is off. You need to turn your video
My
on.
phone, the video on it is broken.
Okay. Do you have another device that you can log in on? Because I cannot have a conversation with you unless I can identify you.
Not today.
Okay. So we're going to reset you for another court date. Just make sure that the next court date that you come on, you have a device that's working. Can you give me your email address?
HEY7269@gmail.com.
Excuse me, solicitor, if she cannot, she can always come in person.
Yeah, so
I'll have it. I can't have a Zoom court.
no, so if, let's say, for instance, you just still don't have a device that's working during the next court date, then you have to come in.
No,
court
I will.
present. Okay,
I'll
All
have
right,
it
so that was-
working. For
that was HEY7269@gmail.com, correct?
yes, HEY, like hey.
I got you. All right, so
7269.
go ahead and disengage. We're going to email you the new court date. So make sure that you either log in with a device that has a camera working, or if you don't, then we are going to expect you to physically show up at court. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Same here. Bye.
All right. So then I have Antonio Gaspar. Antonio.
Yeah,
Gaspar.
hi, solicitor. This is Eric Adams on behalf of Mr. Gaspar. That'd be a pre-trial if we could.
All right. Mr.
Does your client need an interpreter?
He will. I have him outside just because he's here. He's not on a separate
Okay.
call. He's not very tech savvy. So I can bring him in if we need, but depending on how the pre-trial goes, maybe not.
Okay. All right. So can you, Madam Clerk, can you do a breakout room for me to do the pre-trials in?
Yes, I can. 1 second.
And Mr. Adams, you can go ahead and just, once they give you the notice, you just go in there and then I'll come in and talk to you in a second. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries. Then I have De Ocampo Huasca.
Huasca de Ocampo. Por favor, si está aquí, active su micrófono, señor de Ocampo.
All right. It's 128. That's going to be an FTA. Then I have Robert or Bobby Mulder. Bobby Mulder. That is an FTA at 128. Antavius Patterson.
Me.
Mr. Patterson, can you please turn on your video?
Let me try to get it right because I really don't know how to do this.
There should be an icon on your phone. There you go. All right.
It's on. You can see me now?
Yes, sir, I got you. All right, so in reference to your following two close charge, sir, what is your plea? Guilty, not guilty, or nolo contendere?
Guilty.
Okay. And Madam Clerk, what is that fine amount?
$550.
Mr. Patterson, that fine is $550. Are you able to pay that in 2 weeks, or do you need longer?
I need longer.
Okay. So we'll place you on pay-only probation to give you time to pay. Once you paid off, probation will terminate. Can you please provide us with your email address, sir?
Yes, sir. DONKING1700
Don King.
All right. So that was DONKING1700 @gmail.com.
That is correct.
All right. So, Mr. Patterson, we're going to email you with instructions on how to make that payment over time. You can go ahead and disengage. Just look out for that email, okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I have Jesus Rodriguez.
That's Ms. Kendra.
Good afternoon, council. I represent Mr. Rodriguez, and he is in front of me in my office.
Okay. This is a pretrial, correct?
He's right there. Yeah, we need to do a free trial in hopes of closing it out today. Hopefully we can pay today and then possibly submit. I guess, do you guys do the plea forms, just emailing them?
Yeah, so everything that you need that will be executed would be turned back into the court via email.
Okay.
So stand by. If there is a breakout room signed for you, then you can just jump in that and I'll come in there and talk to you in a second.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And so we have Colby Stubbs. That one is paid, so we're not expecting them to show up. All right. And then we have Naisha Tisdale. Miss Tisdale, you're on mute. Take yourself off of mute.
Nyasha Tisdale.
All right. Nyasha Tisdale. Okay, so Miss Tisdale, in reference to your charge, what is your plea?
Am I supposed to say, I guess, guilty?
So your options are guilty, not guilty, and nolo contendere.
What does the third option mean?
Nolo contendere means you're not contesting your charge, you're not admitting guilt, you just want to receive your sentence, pay your fine, and be done with the court.
I would like to do no contendere.
All right, so we have you down for a nolo. Let me tell you though what you have to do with this particular charge. There's a statutory requirement of certain things that you have to do. You would have 12 months of probation. You would have 40 hours of community service that you have to complete. Ms. Payton, what is that fine amount?
That fine amount is $805.
You will have to pay $805 during the probated time frame. And you will have to complete a shoplifting course online. Once you complete all of those requirements, or if you do complete them before 6 months is up, then probation will terminate. So you have 12 months of probation, but if you finish everything within 6 months, probation ends in 6 months.
Okay.
All right, so I need to get your email address from you though.
Oh, it's ncamillet@gmail.com.
You said N Camille?
Yeah, ncamillet@gmail.com.
Ma'am, could you please spell that?
N Camille, ncamillet@gmail.com.
Okay, I'm gonna read it back. In Nora, C. Charles, A. Adam, M. Mary, I. Ida, L. Lincoln, E. Edward, T. Tom, @gmail.com.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I think you probably may hang out a little bit just in case one of the two interpreter cases wants to go forward.
Okay.
Jump into the breakout room. Y'all can talk amongst yourself. Oh, I'm sorry. So Miss Tisdale, you can go ahead and disengage. We're going to email you instructions in reference to what you have to do. Just make sure you look out for your email, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, so now I'm gonna jump into the breakout room and you guys can mingle among yourselves.
You don't need me there, Mr. Mary Rose, do you?
No, because I'm just gonna be
Okay.
talking to the attorneys.
Good. Okay, I'll be here.
Yeah, all right.
Well, I can go or I can stay. Let's see, this is back.
Jumping to- Madam Clerk,
Yes.
hey, can you tell me on Jesus Rodriguez, can you look at his history and tell me if he's had any other no license charges on there?
Yep, 1 second. He's not licensed, so
So no history of being cited
correct.
for driving without a license before, okay. And what is that fine?
For his, because he had 2 different ones, I believe it's $8.95 for both. The 135 for the 135 for the defective of no headlights, and then the drive without the valid license is $760, so $8.95 total.
Thank you very much.
You're
I'll
welcome.
return. Oh, I'm sorry. You can completely log off, Ms. Robbins.
Oh, okay.
We didn't need you in here. Thank you.